Last we left off, in a subterranean cavern with a deep underground river flowing through it, pitch darkness. You managed to survive a conflict with two Umber Hulks thanks to polymorph and some good tactics. However, Grog then charged headlong towards a light source trying to be a campfire across the way, where he walked into an ambush by a few Duragars, began shooting him with crossbow bolts and the Inflict Devour, and made him brain dead. You guys
He's got nobody to blame but himself.
Kind of. That's okay. Grog owns it, as you can see with his glasses. So
I love those.
So, we're beginning now as Grog is collapsed face down on the ground, drooling. The last of the Duragar have been blown off the cliff or destroyed. You all rush in and find Grog not moving, not responding, not anything.
Grog, can you hear us?
I rushed down and
can
slapped
you feel
him
us
on the
near
face a
you?
few times.
You slap.
Nothing.
You slap. No response.
I'm going to actually try a crude medical examination.
No notable sign or anything other than the fact that his eyes are not reacting to anything. It looks he is catatonic.
No bleeding from the ear, no bleeding from the nose.
Nope.
Do any of us know anything about magic that could heal him? Like, I know Pike isn't here, but
I think I have a spell that might be able to help. I don't know it right now, though. We'd have to take a break. I'd have to pull out my books and relearn it.
Well, currently, you're holding a barely alive Duragar hostage.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
We gotta interrogate.
We gotta interrogate him. Her. It.
It's a female.
And I speak it. It's language.
You do. You speak Undercommon.
Hers.
First thing you note, too, it is female, and it takes a moment to register that because she is also bald on top.
Sorry.
Nasty, pale, kind of sunken face. Eyes are completely clouded over and white, no pupils.
All right. This creature is very injured. I think we need to heal her just enough.
Heal her?
Just enough.
Not so fast.
We'll heal her after she talks.
I've got dagger to her throat, and she's bald.
Bald, yes.
All right, so I got an arm around the top of her forehead.
Don't kill her.
She's not unconscious, right?
No. She's
I go
just
up.
huge shoulder wound.
All right, call my sister over. I'll hold her. You talk.
What did you do to our friend?
I didn't do anything. How his brains work. He's gone now. He's all dead inside. Kaputski.
What should I fucking ask? I say that in our language.
How do we fix it?
How do we fix it?
There you go.
Bury your dead weight.
Is she bleeding?
Profusely from the shoulder.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to cauterize the wounds. There's more than one way to make someone talk. I'm going to shoot my gun off, get it nice and hot right at the tip, and start cauterizing the wounds.
Okay, so
She doesn't sound.
as the flash goes off, and the sound of the blast echoes throughout the entirety of the cavern. You hear. He takes the barrel, slams into the shoulder with a sizzling sound, and she reaches back in pain. She's now like breathing heavy.
I'm using my mage hand to poke her in the face.
She's trying to move her face out of the way, but can't seem to avoid the mystical arcane finger pokes.
Look, we haven't got all day.
Who
How
do
did
you
we
work
fix
for?
it? And who do you work for?
The masters gather the sheep. You shall all be harvested for Kavarn.
Who is Kavarn?
Kavarn is the one that rules these caverns. The one who guides us to take the surface back.
To take the surface back. Is Kavarn the one making creepy zombie monsters?
Kavarn likes to tinker with the fleshlings, yes.
Where is Kavarn located? Point the direction.
It looks over over her shoulder, back towards the darker part of the cavern you guys haven't traversed.
Deep.
What is Kavan?
What is Kavarn?
You'll see.
No, you'll tell me now. I slap her across the face. Lightly, not enough to use a hit point.
I poke her more.
Like a Three Stooges act.
Tell us, have you seen a small halfling?
Doesn't give them much of a
At which point there's like a moment of recognition in the female Duragar's face.
There was a halfling, aye? She was foolish enough to come down here alone. She's dead now. We've taken her life and it was delicious.
I drag her to her feet. walk her over to the edge of the cliff where the water is and hold a knife still at her neck.
All right, it's your last chance. Give us something useful, and we'll end this painlessly. Don't, and we'll make you suffer.
She laughs and says,
Your friend's dead. All is lost. You came for nothing.
Can I tell if she's lying? Is it
make an insight check.
insight check? Oop. No.
Okay, can I see if she's lying?
You can also make an insight check.
All right, cool. 24.
24. She is definitively lying through her teeth just to hurt you.
Yes! We know you're lying.
What?
Yes!
Regardless, we have her. She's down below. And soon enough, we'll see. We'll see what shall become of this halfling.
We'll rescue her. And we're gonna kill your god.
I did it.
Acre of spray comes across the
That was the worst thing.
Awkward throat slitting. I know.
As the body goes limp in your hands, you just kind of let it tumble over the water.
Let's rest. Let's set up a perimeter and take turns standing guard.
Wait, I want to
What
check
are you
the bodies
casting?
of
What are
the
you about to cast?
Anti-life.
other
Sure.
guys before, yeah.
Okay. Glancing about, you pull roughly 125 gold pieces between the three corpses of the Duragar. You do, however, find on one of them a gnarled implement of some kind, whether it be scavenged or not. It's of a strange, like almost bleached bone ivory that comes to a point on one end. Go ahead and hand it over to him.
It's
What is it?
wonderful. This is a wand of magic missiles, of course.
It sends out magic missiles!
As you're taking first watch, you notice that the campsite that the Duragar were using, where you guys are currently resting for the evening, right above you, on one of the stone walls, you see what appears to be a strange, very well-carved symbol. Go ahead and make a religion check.
8. So pretty.
Not quite catching your attention, but it seems to have some significance. And it's fresh. It's not like an ancient symbol that's been there. Alright, you guys begin to set up for the next watch. The next few hours go by without incident. You also catch the strange carved symbol right atop your guys' camp.
Okay, so I tap my brother and go, look at this. Do you know anything about religion?
Well, let me see.
Let me see.
I seem to know fuck all about it, Tim.
Oh, me too. I know shit about it.
It's a very fancy symbol.
It's a really pretty symbol.
Next up watch, and this is the last, third, and final watch you guys are now going through.
I'll come with Tiberius as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll all join.
Okay. The three of you guys keep watch.
What's that?
You are familiar with this symbol specifically because of your background. That is the symbol of Bahamut. That is the symbol of the Platinum Dragon. And it was probably used as part of some sort of a protection ritual. As you're having this discussion, you feel a slight rumble in the ground. A little shaking sensation. Some of the rocks nearby, the loose pebbles begin to vibrate and move around.
Oh dear.
Let's wake everybody up, and then we'll get to work. We'll get to work
On
on
healing
Grog and
Grog?
go see what that is.
A few moments pass, rumbling has subsided.
Oh, okay.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to stay here? Do we want to do this here?
Yes, do it here. How long will this take, Keyleth?
Tiberius, I don't know, but I want us to be as safe as we can. Tiberius, can you like lift us up on your pillars or like encase us in or something? Make us like a room?
I was just about to do that.
Make us a room?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Okay, I'd like to give her a little inspirational song.
Yes, if you could. I go ahead and I light some incense.
Take a bit of earth from a pouch that you keep of your home tribe where you grew up. You scatter some of it around Grog, who is now laid on his back with his arms and legs all equally stretched out. Close your eyes and take in the earth's essence. You use that to give constitutional strength to the physical form of Grog in hopes of restoring him.
But I know Grog very well, and he might enjoy or be inspired by a kiss of a female. I'm just saying, just the gentle kiss of a female lips on his might rouse him.
Ooh,
I've
Vex.
seen it many times.
Plant one on him.
Vex, get in there, get in there.
As Vex awkwardly fumbles over
I think it helped.
the overtly sized Goliath.
Do I get an inspiration die from Amber?
You do, yes.
Okay.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
Where's the inspiration die?
Where's
Where's the inspiration die?
You get advantage on that?
Yeah, you have advantage on
I
the
do.
roll.
Okay.
Kill it.
Oh, that's much better. So that's 30? No, 29?
29. That should be enough.
Oh god.
You complete the ritual. There's a brief glow of all the dirt that you
he's
scattered
still
around
shaking.
Grog, and you can see his form kind of taking a deeper breath. His chest expands, and as it does, his eyes, which currently stare off into space, begin to clarify and crystallize, and his brow quivers for a second, and you see a little bit of life return to his face.
Kittens. Nachos.
Grog, your sight focuses as the party is gathered around you, looking down upon your currently stretched out physical form in a cavern. You're very
Welcome back, big guy.
Oh, I thought I was in algebra class again for a second there.
Grog!
You're alive!
Sorry, but who woke me up from my sleep?
Siri did.
It was a group effort, really, but Keyleth did an amazing job.
Keyleth! I run over and I give Keyleth a big old bear hug, squeezing maybe
I
a bit
think-
too tight. My intelligence is... where is it now?
It's back to normal.
Oh, it's 6, so
Right where it should be.
I feel right as rain.
How many fingers is this?
3.
Perfect.
Good, he's back,
He's
you
back.
guys. He's back.
Blue! No, hold on.
Good.
Trinket is there off to the side, notably excited that you're moving again.
Oh.
Comes over and like nuzzles up against you for a moment.
Oh, Trinket, you big old football. Trinket nookie.
You're
Shall
good.
we tarry on, everyone?
Yes, I have
Yes.
the feeling these tunnels are going to suck majorly, but we've gone where to go but down, so...
Can I use tracking and see if I can not only see where the majority of tracks lead to, but see if I can spot like the halfling Kima's tracks?
Lady Kima, go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh, but I do. Wait, my favorite terrain is the Underdark. Are we in the Underdark?
Okay, all right. You know what? For that, I'll go ahead and give you advantage on that.
19 is what I rolled with.
19. Okay. As you guys begin to move, and you can find like there is the waterfall, which you can hear already in the distance. There are a number of cascading, crashing water sounds. So you imagine there's probably multiple layers as this cavern descends down into the darkness. What are you guys using as a light source, by the way?
Tiberius, yeah?
Tiberius, hit us.
What's happening?
Light.
Staff comes alive. Using that, you take a while and you begin to just keep tabs on the surface area of this cavern as you begin to move further down. You find some portions that you can climb down into the lower levels. The first thing you notice is there are definitive signs of struggle or intense running towards the direction that you came from. Meaning things were seemingly either fleeing or heading in that direction very quickly. You also begin to see a few partially decomposed corpses of various goblinoid creatures. Also find some drag marks that are similar to what you saw back in the mines. And as you begin to move forward and the light source begins to open up, you can see small pockets of that redstone that's used to light a bunch of Craghammer. You can start seeing elements of it embedded in the walls of the cavern ahead and just faintly giving this reddish glow in the outline of some shapes. You begin to step into the outskirts, about 60 feet ahead of what looks like a series of huts. Small stone structures cobbled together with small stones stacked on each other. Simple driftwood and broken pieces of scavenged material put into small buildings. It's a very, very kind of ramshackle village underground.
And you said that the red crystals in the wall are glowing somewhat?
Yeah, it's a certain amount of crystal that this mountain range seems to naturally produce that just inherently hovered.
Enough to give the half-elves vision in low light?
Currently, you still have to use his light source to see most anything. This village doesn't have any, but it's near the walls and the edges of the cavern. You can see the gentle outline of this whole size of it. It is immense.
Does it seem that there are signs of life?
From this view, you don't see any movement.
Well, I'm starting to creep along the ground towards the nearest building. I'm going to press up against the wall, see if I can... I'm just going to listen.
All right, are the rest of you staying back?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys staying back. You guys stealth ahead. No. So the two of you kind of follow each other. You get to the outskirts, and you can now see in the center of this, a number of the buildings and huts have been smashed or destroyed. You can see more and more of these goblin corpses strewn across the ground. You can see some of these tents seem to have rags or something stuffed into one that's not too far ahead of you. There's 2 goblins near you, apparently slashed open, similar wounds. This is just from the first glance stepping forward.
We're in pitch black here. We can't really see what's going on. I think we need
A lantern or
Tiberius.
Tiberius.
Wait, hold on. Tiberius, will you bring the party up?
Does anybody know? Did we told anybody at home what that actually is?
Okay, so as you guys are aware, one of the magical items that was designed by Tiberius earlier in the campaign are essentially these gemmed enchanted earrings that activate as a message spell between a few party members. He made a few of them.
It was 5 total.
Yeah.
Why don't we nail down who that is? It's the twins.
We both have one.
You.
You have one. He has one.
He's pretty sneaky.
She has one.
All right.
There you go. You guys approach slowly. The light source opens up, and you see now a multitude of goblin bodies strewn about the open area of this village. Some of them have a uniform wound. A number of these goblin corpses have this terrible puncture wound in the skull, in the forehead there. Just an opening wound about that big around.
You didn't notice that. That's how unperceptive you are.
My sister.
And for each one of these wounds, for as much flesh as on these goblins, there doesn't appear to be
It, like, sucked.
anything inside.
It sucked their brains out. Whatever it was.
It's very possible.
Should we
What was his
should we
name?
rejoin our fellows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it seems like it's safe enough, right? Around here right
We
now.
come running up.
No.
We do. Traipsing. We traipse up.
Skipping.
As silently as possible. You come running up. All right.
What's going on, guys?
Brain suckers. Something that sucks brains.
Well, as long as they're sucking it out of goblins, I'm good with that.
My
sure they
sister
want to
doesn't
do the
remember,
best,
but
too.
one of our instructors in Singorn used to tell us of a creature. I'm not sure what they're called.
I don't
but,
think I was in that class, actually.
a creature that steals its victims' minds and digests them, reaches right in and takes them out.
I'm assuming it's going to be a much more mutated version of our brain on legs friend.
I
we
think
were
it's
mentioning
much
earlier.
worse.
Yeah, much
Much
worse.
Much
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
I think the brain was a scout or some sort of pet.
Right.
I just think we should proceed with caution. Our teacher spoke about this thing, said that it was a being of the mind. I think our trouble with Grog could just be the beginning. We need to proceed very carefully.
So what, our option is to keep moving forward then,
Yes.
right?
Just
the only
be cautious. That's all we can do.
All
That's
right.
all we can do. Go back.
And
Yes.
I light up the hooded lantern we have in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And I'm still tracking, looking for anything interesting.
Which you do. You catch off in the distance another faint moving light source.
Oh shit. Hey, everybody, calm down. There's something moving.
Best you can see in the distance, you see figures shifting, moving away from you. Many figures. A fairly large group of seem to be humanoid figures moving steadily away from you. As you guys start reaching the outskirts of the opposite side of this small goblin village, you see a cliff, but a large cliff. The actual surface here comes to a very direct end and seems to just disappear into a dark abyss. There is a singular 10-foot wide rope bridge that is bolted into the side of this cliff and stretches out across this giant crevasse. It just goes on for a good 60, 70 feet and then darkness. And you can see what looks to be a cluster of about 12 to 13 Duragar making their way in lines of 2 across this bridge. Amongst them, they have chained up 3 dwarf miners that they are also dragging across the bridge.
We have to save those.
What do
Just
the
cut the
miners look
bridge.
like? Are they docile, or do they seem to be fighting back?
They don't look to be able to put much of a fight in their current circumstance.
How wide is the bridge?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah.
10 feet.
I've got an idea. I run back to Grog, stealthed. I get our flying carpet, and I
A
run
hand
back.
suddenly mysteriously reaches and takes
Give me the carpet.
What?
The carpet.
Just
Give me
you?
the carpet.
You're gonna go on the carpet alone?
And him. We can both go on the carpet.
What if something happens?
We just gotta see where they're going,
I'm
and we'll come
coming
back and
with
get you.
pull out the carpet, you lay it out. At this point in time, they're a little over halfway across the bridge,
Okay, so we...
which you can see it kind of swaying in a very
Scanlan, you better be stealth.
uncomfortable way. You hear the stretching of rope that
Oh, you can hear the rope?
as you hear the rope just tense as the
Let's
bridge
not
is
do
slowly
that.
swaying. All right, so you guys, you lay out the carpet. It's about big enough for the three of you. It's about the right size. Okay, so you guys, you take up over. As soon as you reach the edge of the crevasse, immediately the air itself is warmer, and there's actually kind of a bit of a strange breeze blowing up from underneath this giant crevasse. And you look down, and you can see faintly light sources. Long, thin, trickling streams of what looks like molten rock.
Shit.
Way
Lava,
down below?
Way down below. When I say way
Dante's
down,
Peak.
it's at least 1,000 feet down below. And
We don't want to fall.
Don't fall.
you don't want to fall. It's very bad. The air itself is a very sulfurous smell. There's a lot of various strange chemical scents that's a bit pungent to the nose and there's a lot of chemical reactions just causing this atmosphere, and it's a little difficult to take in the air at first. You have to get adjusted. You guys push forward, keeping them at a safe distance. You eventually follow them across the crevasse, and you can see now them entering what looks like a shanty town of tents and small stone structures. Looks almost like a temporary or pseudo-temporary series of homes for the Duragar in this section. A series of these redstone torches that they were holding, or these lanterns, are hung up all throughout the village on these giant poles that have been placed in areas to give a little bit of an occasional light source throughout this entire camp. You're only making out shapes from how far back you guys are without actually getting inside. You gather you've probably seen throughout just this portion that you've come into anywhere from 30 to 40 Duragar moving through, as well as a few larger shapes. You swear you catch one or two other very large humanoid hulking figures just
Oh no.
stepping through the camp.
You've
You've just now crested the crevasse the other side. Looking around, there are no side caverns. This is actually a pretty smooth cavern that kind of circles around where this camp is built. There is one large tunnel entrance on the opposite side that continues past.
How far away is the camp from that?
The camp's completely filling this side of the crevasse. It's blocking.
Oh,
pretty
so
much
we
the whole-
can't get to that.
Not without going through or over the city.
What
So
about...
it's bridge, town, tunnel.
Correct.
Leave me behind. I'll follow the party with the hostages. I'll see where they go. Don't worry, I'll be invisible. Go back, tell our fellows, get them across the bridge, and we'll meet here in about an hour.
Scanlan!
I like
What? I'm super brave and hung. Come on, let's do this.
All right, I'm down. Should we do it?
All right.
We drop him off.
I turn invisible, and I'm gonna just hang behind the party that's got the hostage dwarves and
Should one
just
of
kind of
us
see where they
protect
go.
I'll stay by the edge of the bridge. You go back. Scanlan, go ahead. I'll wait for you here. If there's trouble. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Got it.
All right.
Skinland, as you go ahead, make your way in towards the city, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage. You can see there are some of the hulking figures. There are two trolls wandering amongst these Duragar.
Yes!
Now you've encountered trolls before, but these trolls
Yeah, we have.
also have a similar pupilless, clouded over white eye appearance.
Slave trolls.
As you begin following them further in, you manage to see two ogres that are currently stationed across this main kind of open center location in this campsite. And both of these ogres also have the same pupilless, white glazed over look to their eyes. And they're both just kind of glancing about. The rest of the Durgar are in the process of constructing other tents. Some of them look like they're actually in the process of forging weaponry. This feels like it's a war camp. It's definitely preparing for something. However, in the center of this main area, you do see there is a wooden platform about 20 foot by 20 foot that is raised up. And you see a group of about 6 Duragar that are all wearing very intricate black iron plate armor. And they're all just sitting on the outskirts of this platform.
White eyes?
All the Duragar seem to have that natural look to their eyes as well. So, yeah. As the party you've been following enters the center of this vicinity, Make another stealth check.
19.
Alright. You kind of step off to the side. A Duragar steps out of one of the tents near you, and you just barely manage to pull out of the way without making any sort of squeak or noise. Goes by.
Oh god.
Careful, Bilbo.
And begins stepping out, looking intently for something, but right past you, by inches. Walks past. You look over again to the game. You can now see towards the very back end of this open midsection by this platform, there is one large stone construct. It looks like a makeshift barracks has been placed there. And you can see two figures stepping out of the stairs that lead into these barracks, heading towards the main platform. One of which is a very, very well decorated Duragar, who's wearing similar black and plate armor, but with gold and silver scrolling on it, a long, tattered, dark purple cape, and has a nasty scar across the cheek that leads into this kind of gnarled gray beard. As it steps forward, you can see, sheathed off of its back in a large scabbard, a gargantuan, for a dwarf especially, two-handed sword that should be unwieldy for a creature of its size, but nevertheless looks dangerous. And a creature next to it is not so small, not dwarven, actually very tall, lanky, long, kind of black and purple robes, hood obscuring its features, stepping roughly 2 feet behind it as they both step onto the platform to address the rest of the guard and the approaching party of Duragar dwarves you've been following. You can see some conversation happening. This seemingly officious Duragar, this general that steps out and commands the attention of the room, you get the idea he's giving orders or directions. The war party then begins to pull the slaves back away. As it does, the tall, lanky figure, which you now get this essence, it's not really walking, it's just kind of drifting. Holds its hand out, this long-fingered, lanky hand, and as it does, every single Duragar in the vicinity, wherever it was doing, stops in place, and all turn and look at it as one. Whoa. At which point, this creature brings its fingers in a beckoning gesture. One of the Duragar, carrying one of the captives, begins to pull one of the dwarven captives back towards the platform. The dwarf, who's giving kind of a fight and looks nervous, looks over at the figure, and just kind of his arms go limp to its side. Oh no. And it begins to walk on its own volition, taking 2, 3 steps onto the platform and approaches this tall, lanky figure with its hood and its long robes behind it. As it does, its hand reaches out and caresses the side of this dwarf's face. This dwarf seems to have given up all sense of fight or any sort of conflict as the tall, lanky creature reaches out with both hands and pulls the dwarf forward. You see these terrible purple tentacles come writhing out of the front of the hood, wrapping around the head of the dwarf, pulling it into it. As the hood falls back, you see this horrible, smooth, purplish blue, hairless head. These sunken, yellowish green eyes as the tentacles wrap around the dwarf's head, pulls it into its mouth. And then there's a brief struggle, and then the dwarf's arms fall limp to its side. At which point the tentacles unravel from the back of the dwarf's head. The creature pulls back a bit of ichor, dwarf blood dripping from, and then thrusts the body to the ground with a thud as it falls lifeless to the ground.
Poor son of a bitch.
A horrible bored hole in its forehead.
Oh no!
The creature then draws its hood back up, releases its hand in a discursive fashion. All the Duragar whip back around and continue the motions they were previously going towards as the 2 dwarven captives that now remain look completely stunned. Their faces white with fear as they're being dragged off in this state. The tall, lanky figure kind of gives a nod to the Duragar general. Gives it a nod as well. The 2 turn around and walk back into the stone barrack building.
Woof!
Oh god!
Woof! Worst show ever.
They're taken to a large tent, and as they're pulled in, you can stay close up behind and you can hear some muffles and some growling on the inside of this tent. You hear what sounds like guttural dwarvish being shouted angrily, cursing from the interior, and a few other voices, dwarven voices, also joining it. More than 2. And then you hear some horrible, sick thuds and some impacts and some cries in pain. And then eventually the group of 5 Duragar that drag them the captives walk out, carrying these cudgels at their side, still dripping with fresh blood, and they kind of go amongst their own business from there.
I think I'll just make back for my friends then.
Okay, make yourself check.
21.
Okay. You maneuver your way out, back the way you came, best you can, remembering which is you get disoriented in general trying to find your way out. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh
as well.
no!
17.
17.
That's a good
okay.
roll, yo.
You take a moment, orient yourself, looking about the cavern. You nearly get lost twice, but eventually find your way back to the southern portion entrance of this war camp. You can just see the crevasse, and you start getting that familiar scent of that sulfurous wind that was billowing out from underneath. You step out a few more feet, and you can see the edge of the bridge where the rest of you have finally come to converge on the other side of the crevasse.
Whoa! I'm gonna tell you everything that just happened in detail in real time. And that's when I came back to see you guys.
Wow.
That's
What are we gonna do?
great.
Wonderfully detailed.
Is this the thing you were talking about?
Yeah,
It would
can we
seem
make
to
a
be.
check for
It
this?
sounds like it could be a mind flare of sorts.
What did you call it?
Flare?
A mind flare or a mind slayer. I'm not
mind
quite too sure,
flare.
but
What is that? What is that?
I'm pretty sure it flares your mind. I've never been encountered with myself, so I have no idea really.
How big was this mind flayer? Was he like 20 feet tall, Scatling?
He was bigger than you by a little?
What?
No, roughly a little shorter than him, but taller
He
than most.
carried himself big.
Yeah,
but
let's
he's
go.
lanky.
Let's go fuck him.
Wrong.
What?
Do you wanna be unconscious again? We have to be careful
It
here.
was rather restful, but listen, when my herd used to wander through the trees and we came upon a force that was greater than our own, we used the landscape to our advantage. So why don't we provoke an attack and then retreat over the bridge?
What
I like
if
this plan.
I told him to go.
What if all but a couple of us snuck into one of these buildings and waited, and a couple of us made a stink and got a significant number of them to chase across the bridge?
That's a good idea.
And then how could we cut the bridge behind?
I think I might have a solution.
I like that idea.
Yes, Tiberius.
What's yours?
Speak your mind.
I think it's about time I use these. I think we should create a diversion, but let me do it. I can use my deck of illusions to generate any kind of number of sorts of creatures or whatever that I can control. I can simply toss one out, control it, and get their attention. I can draw them back through the bridge, using the illusions, taunting them along the way. They, of course, will give chase because they are idiots. And as soon as we get enough, you can hack away at the bridge all you like, Grog. We can both burn it. We can hack and burn.
What
and
kind of
whatever.
creatures can you make?
Well, that's all up to the deck.
Oh.
Let's have a failsafe in case a few get across the bridge.
Let's also recap which plan we're going with. One of us creating a diversion and running away, or these mystical, magical,
I like the mystical,
weird
magical.
dragon creatures.
Maybe we could create a distraction and bring them away from the tunnel's entrance, and we can just sneak around them.
I mean, did you see a way to do that?
What? To sneak through the village to the tunnel? No, not all 7 of us. And a bear? Are you crazy? Come on.
I'll stay on this side of the bridge. Who wants
Oh
to
my
go be
God.
a distraction? Who wants to be the bait? Who's real fast?
Well, wait, are we doing his bait or are we doing a real bait?
Well, how about we throw one of those and since...
Yeah.
How about 50-50 it? One fake, one real. One of us, one of the cards.
So I take the rug from Grog and I roll it up and I tie it. I have a rope
one of
to
your
tie it in my
cards.
back.
Do it.
Before Bax leaves, I just put my hands on his shoulders and I cast Enhance Ability on him and give him a dexterity boost.
Okay.
Where's everyone placed? There's the goblin side, which is the first where you guys first went through. There's the bridge, and then there's the war camp side.
Goblin
Goblin
side.
All right, so you're on goblin side for you, goblin side for Grog,
Yep.
goblin side for Percy sending us the bad news. You're crazy.
on the
Oh yeah,
gun.
gonna be great.
And Scanlan as well.
I'm gonna stay on the opposite side of the bridge and I'm gonna focus on making that illusion.
Okay, cool. So you go ahead and you cast hallucinatory terrain.
Yep.
You now see an additional 40 feet of the cliff
It
stretches
looks
out.
very realistic.
And you can actually see
Thank
the
you.
bridge looks attached to it. It's a very, very convincing illusion. And you kind of have to remind yourself that it's an illusion just so you
Just
don't
be
fall
careful,
for it either.
guys. Please be careful.
Tiberius, Vax, you guys walk across the bridge. You grab purchase on stone. Looking ahead of you, you can see about 60 feet ahead of you the outskirts of the war camp.
Okay. So I stealthily walk up the closing distance to the edge of town. I stand there. I click my boots of haste together.
I cast fly on myself and I hover.
You
I just click the boots.
you feel the sudden surge of magical energy through your body, like adrenaline just pumping into your system.
And I cry out full voice, "Listen up, you walking prawn! Doom has come for you today! Step forth, you slimy bastard!
As he does that, I toss out 3 cards.
One of the cards bursts, and you can see rising up from its energy
What is it?
this awful-looking humanoid, skeletal, undead creature with long golden red robes, with this like gnarled gold crown, these glowing blue eyes of just pure arcane energy, with this across this horribly gnarled skeletal face. There stands this hideous-looking lich cackling to itself. The other one, poof, and you see before you a human, kind of long fighting warrior, grizzled, ready to fight, has a big old long sword out, armored up in scale mail. One eye is kind of wounded, and he just kind of sits there and growls with his blade ready. The third card, from the smoke appears a red-skinned dragonborn with long blue robes.
Yes!
A staff with a glowing beam of light on it. You see,
Joker.
you see an exact duplicate of Tiberius now standing there. And you start hearing this. It sounds like a drum beat. About 16 Duragar come running out from the center of town, armored, weapons drawn, a few with crossbows, 2 trolls and an ogre charging out.
And I flip the double birds and start walking backwards a little bit.
For the Duragar, pull and release javelins in your direction. All right, you take 2 javelins. You immediately see one of the trolls goes and lunges forward and slashes the lich, just passing through its form. The other one goes right for the veteran. Goes running right off the edge.
Was that a troll?
That was a troll. Just the ogre goes running forward towards you.
Yes?
So you go charging back onto the bridge. As you go running, both trolls and the ogre have just gone off the side, really screaming as they tumble into the darkness.
I'm laughing as I run. I love it.
4 Duragar also go spilling over the side, screaming as they tumble into the darkness.
As that's happening, I start to pull back and float away, and I'm commanding all of my guys to come through the bridge, retreating as well.
Okay. Some of the members of the Duragar that are now at the edge are some of the elite guard with the blackened armor you saw. They both kind of step forward and put their foot out, feeling for purchase. Give a nod, pull out their swords, and start hacking at the bridge immediately.
Oh shit.
Both of those Duragar take shots at the bridge. As you're running and pulling the carpet out, the bridge cut clean and begins to fall out from under you.
Okay.
You go pulling out
Acrobatics check?
Use those dex saves.
This is going to go ahead and be a dex check now.
You've got advantage.
You do.
Okay, good, because the first roll was a 1. The second roll was a 19. plus 9 is 28.
Oh my god.
All right. All right. You pull out the carpet. As you're going to set it down, as you feel the bridge beginning to like give out from under you, you feel this creepy sensation pushing towards the back of your head, and your whole sense and awareness of your surroundings just fades from you. You feel your entire body go numb for a second, and you just feel yourself falling.
Oh,
bother. Falling back.
I'll go get him.
9 dex save.
Okay, you go and swoop down, fly, rush down, diving. You grab the back of his armor, manage to just pull him across and get to the other edge. The flying carpet, however, has plummeted down.
You lost our flying carpet, you unconscious bastard!
Tiberius swoops up. You guys just see them both plummet into darkness. And then come flying up at the edge of the crevasse on your side. Tiberius clutching your brother, currently just staring off into space. Drop him down with a dull thud. The bridge slaps onto the side of the cavern.
The magic carpet's done.
It just disappeared into the darkness below.
I have to erase it.
But that was our ticket across the chasm.
Yeah,
Yes.
what the fuck?
I loved that carpet.
About a minute passes or so, and you come back to your senses.
Oh, good.
I want to take a shot at the
Noodle face, yeah.
Okay, you just see this blast of red and flame across the way, and the figure is just knocked off its feet, about 10 feet back. At this point in time, you can now see all the rest of the Durgar looking about, and they're all backing away from the cliffside. The bridge is just dangling off the side now.
And how many Durgar are left? How many?
Yes, how many are left after all?
After they fell
After
into
all that, and you saw a few more kind of filter out from the town. With that, there was probably about 25 visible at that moment.
I'm going to wait to take another shot until he tries to stand up again.
A moment passes, and he kind of drifts back up. Take another shot.
Taking another shot.
So he fires off. You can now see it drift away, and all the rest of Durgar are now retreating into the city. You glance over the side, and looking down, you can see the bridge is just kind of like drifting from the air that's flowing, and you can just see the And it's not like the whole bottom floor is all lava. There's just streaks of it pouring down from whatever the interior of this lower chasm is. You see at the edge of the rope bridge, which goes down for a good 150, 200 feet or so, dangling, and there's a tiny little flicker of material wrapped up in the ropes of the rope bridge.
Oh my god.
It's the carpet. It's the carpet.
Okay.
Is it still? It's just at the end of all the way down there. So I fly down there and go get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
You glide down along the basis of the base of the cut rope bridge, and there, just barely hanging on by just haphazardly falling and tangling itself in the ropes, is the flying carpet. As you float down, you now get a little bit of a better view as your staff is lit. You can see about another 150 feet down below you, a little bit of a reflection of your light. It's currently just kind of rippling and shifting.
It's water down there?
It appears to be some sort of water surface below you, about 150 feet down.
I thought there was lava.
I run and
There
jump
are
off the
streaks of
cliff.
lava
No, you
pouring
don't.
Yep, and I
like,
jumped
from
all the way
ceiling
down.
and portions of the
It's
wall,
1,000 feet
but it's
down.
all just kind of pouring down and pulling at the edges and then cooling.
Belly flop.
So it's a river.
And you don't know this yet.
Okay.
And you can see the waterfall, it's cascading over the side, is currently rushing past you about 30 feet to your right, and seems to be splashing into this pool below.
I retrieve the magic carpet.
You grab the magic carpet, you roll it up, make your way back up.
Here you are. By the way, cool stuff down there. It's actually not lava. It's water. We could traverse down somehow, and I think it would be a nice place to go explore.
Place to go explore.
Especially because we have nothing else to do, and
Well, we
can't
can go to the camp and go kick some.
Well,
ass.
look,
just-
we
we
know
can't get
we can't get over there.
We have a carpet now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but we go over one at a time. And we're waiting
Fly
for
me
it.
down with you.
The thing
Like,
is-
Tiberius and I are gonna fly
The
down.
thing is,
on
we
the
know
carpet.
that deeper down is where they've
mean-
gone.
Yes, that's true.
So probably it'd be best to go down.
Percy, would you like to come?
Oh, all right.
me and
So
Percy
the two
on
of you
the
get out on the
carpet.
carpet, you drift down, and you begin to make your way down this giant crevasse. As you get down, the air gets warmer and warmer, and you begin to see as you come down a good 600 feet now at this point into this much larger space than the one that you guys are currently above. It's like a giant triangular open cavern down here that kind of funnels up into where the bridge was. As you look down, there is definitely a large pool of water. There are sections of the wall where lava is pouring out, where there seems to be some sort of a vent or some sort of an opening into some magma reserve, and there are about 3 of them that are pouring out and kind of drifting down. One of them is pooling and cooling as it hits the water. There also appears to be one that is just continuing a flow that leads kind of back in the direction where you guys came, but underneath. There's one big lava pool that is spilling and then kind of giving a little bit of light to the inside of a tunnel that continues further down. On the opposite side, you can see there's a small outcropping and a smaller waterfall that is pouring out of the side of the mountain. Like another sea is now meeting the river underneath, and that is just kind of cascading out from the side of the rock, dropping about 30 or 40 feet and hitting the edge of the rock pool.
I say, Tiberius, give me some light. And I cast control water. Take the water and I draw it up, cascading along the edges, following all the lava streams going into the tunnels.
Okay, the thing you notice is there are 2 trolls and an ogre currently trying to stay afloat, as one of them just pulled under the water.
Gets pulled under?
Yes. You begin moving the water to the sides, and you begin to cool some of the lava flows. You can see the glowing red magma begin to cool to a dark black and become solid. As it does, you can see parts of it crack as the magma is still pushing out, but you're definitely staunching the flow.
Okay, I take all of the water and I really just concentrate and I gather just a big tube and I push it down that tunnel.
Okay, so the water that you gather from this, you force into a quick geyser in that direction. As it sprays across the front, you can see it begins to cool some of the magma. You do notice the lava flow doesn't coat the entire floor of the tunnel, just a side of it. It's almost like there's some portion of it that is walkable adjacent to the lava.
We can also not go in the not lava cave, Keyleth.
I'm sorry, that lava cave just looks important.
I know. Because of the lava.
Yeah.
Let's go tell the others what's been found, and then let's come back and decide which way to go.
Sometimes a lava cave is just a lava cave.
I fly back up.
Okay, the other troll pulled beneath the
Yeah,
surface.
so I don't want to go down
Also,
where
it looks
there's
like there's
things
something
pulling
eating
trolls.
those trolls.
Yeah, let's not go down there where there's things eating trolls.
Wait, but we're gonna have to go down eventually, so...
Maybe.
Why?
Okay.
Why do we have to go down there? There's nothing that we need down there.
But across is the way is a 25-man battle with a huge nasty boss.
Well,
There's 7 of
everybody
us
keeps
and
saying that
one of us
everything is
drawn.
deeper and deeper, so I think we're
Yeah.
gonna have to go deep down.
I agree with
eventually.
Vex on this one.
Well,
But what is down there?
Let me go find out.
Kima!
You can drop me like a
But there's
depth
no
charge.
sign of anything intelligent down there other than something that's eating trolls underwater. It could be just giant whales down there. We have no idea. There's no sign of humans at all. It's lava and death animals.
Maybe, okay, can I go down
more
there
like
and look in one of the
Tunnels
tunnels?
to go deeper.
Can I look in one of the tunnels and see if I find tracks? If I do, can we
How
go
are you
that
gonna go
way?
in the tunnels?
I've got a
There's
flying
lava.
carpet.
In the giant cavern, there is, towards the side where you guys kind of entered, underneath where you first came in,
Yes.
there is a descending large tunnel, of which there are a series of lava flows that kind of pull into one river of lava that covers half of that path down
in the
there.
direction
Okay.
of Goblin Town.
Correct.
Okay.
I would much rather face random beasts who are just random beasts than mind flayers who can suck my
There
brain
would be no
out.
random
Yes, but
beasts, though, it's
Kima
just
did
nothing
not
but
fall
fun.
prey to random beasts. She fell prey to these shits.
Alright, fine.
Vote.
Fight this guy
Vote
again?
for fuck's sake. Vote.
Vote.
Put it to a vote.
Yes.
All right, all in favor of going to the Duragar village and facing the giant fucker,
No, up and over, up and
or
over.
up and over, or at least getting past it. That direction, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 of
That's
us.
full.
Can't, wait. Why can't Vax and I just at least go check it out
You
before
lost
we
the vote,
do
Keyleth.
this?
You lost the vote.
I think we should go.
Feather
Let's do
fall.
it! Fuck
Feather fall
it!
on
They don't
top.
control us! Let's do it! We're going!
All right. So what?
Wow.
You ladies hop on the flying carpet.
Yes!
The fellowship has
So as you guys are discussing this,
Wait, you're stealing a flying
the two
carpet?
ladies leap on the
We're
flying
just checking
carpet.
it out! We're coming back! We're coming back!
Throw a
Just
red one.
wait
Throw a
10
red one.
goddamn minutes!
They shout as they disappear into the darkness below the cavern.
The Mind Flayer isn't on pause.
I have a lantern.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a dungeoneering kit.
cool, yellow.
so
All
I've
right.
got a
So you
lantern.
pull out your lantern as the two of you are going down towards the water. The rest of you kind of stand at the edge of the river. Going.
Jesus.
So as you guys float down, the two trolls that were missing, the ogres, are anywhere to be seen. There's just a slight
We
ripple
don't
in the
want to
water
land.
surface.
We just want to go towards
Right.
the tunnel.
As you staunch the water supply of this waterfall, it just kind of holds it in place. Enough of the force of the water coming out is being balanced by the force you're putting back on it. It's just kind of holding it
Can
there.
you lower the water so?
However,
we can
as the water vanishes beneath where the waterfall was, you can see an actual small tunnel that's carved into the Mount Rock.
fuck off, y'all
Whoa.
bitches!
Let's doesn't do anything yet. We don't know.
Let's go into the tunnel. We go
Meanwhile,
into the
back,
tunnel.
meanwhile, back up top, I'm saying they're not gonna find anything.
Yeah.
They're not gonna find any tunnel.
And I'm agreeing with Scanlan, and I am mooning.
And I'm stealthing. Let's stealth. Let's be very quiet.
Hold on.
All right.
I
You
fly
can
back
you turn
up to
into
tell
an
them what's
animal?
going
Oh,
on.
I can! I go into a Black Panther form.
Are you staying on the carpet?
No, we're like hopping down off the carpet, and I
Okay.
just want to look
Plus
around for
4.
tracks.
I take the carpet
Okay.
No, plus-
and then I bring it up
So
while I tell
22.
him all that stuff.
You can't take our carpet, we're on the carpet!
Oh,
You
you
guys
just
have stepped
hopped
off the carpet, she said, and you
Sorry, I
transformed and
stepped
began
off.
stealthing in.
Oh, that's
As
right,
you're
we
doing
did
that,
transform.
you turn around
Okay,
and see
sure,
Tiberius
you
has
can
rolled
take
up the carpet and is currently taking it away. So you guys are now at the bottom of this crevasse as Tiberius disappears into the darkness. The tunnel goes back about 25 feet and then stops. It's just a little alcove. You see within the tunnel a series of skeletons or bodies that are partially decomposed.
Oh God.
And you see what looks like a pile of rags in the corner.
Oh.
Go
So
check
we
it
could
out.
either run or loot.
No, go
What should
check
we
it out,
do?
ladies.
Meanwhile, back
Be
up.
thorough.
No, we don't want anyone to
I'm
die.
saying
I keep
they're not gonna find anything. They're not
don't
gonna
have
find
any support.
anything.
Can I like go along the walls very stealthily and see if I can find any openings? Anything else?
As you step inside, you put your hands across the walls. What you do notice is the walls are solid. This appears to have been carved out over time. And you begin to see the rags and the pile of rags. It's less a pile of rags and more some sort of humanoid curled up on the inside, unconscious, asleep, or dead, not moving.
What is she? What do they look like? What do they look like?
You can't tell from here. It's just like kind of
Go
curled
in
over
there.
in the corner.
What if you turn into something big enough that it can carry me? I hop on your back, and then we throw something at it, and then fly away.
While you guys are having this conversation, because you're talking to each other,
We were talking really quietly.
the thing in the corner kind of rouses and then shoots up out of sudden like fear movement, looking about. You see, dressed in rags, you guys are seeing this for the first time, but it's familiar. Smooth head, purplish and blue in color, a series of tentacles in its mouth, a giant scar drawn across one of its eyes, and it looks filthy, and it looks desperate. And it's just, and looks at the two of you, and you hear a sudden voice in your minds. No movement, just conversation. Say,
Who are you?
It's okay, we're friends.
it puts up a hand like this, and you see there's a flicker of arcane energy, and a barrier appears between you and this creature, and just looks. It holds its place, and the voice once again hits your mind and says,
How did you find me? What is your purpose here?
We don't mean to disturb you, great sire.
You will die if you try anything.
We're not
I will
going
not
to.
fall here. I will not die here.
We mean to help you. We mean to find our way out and find our friend.
as you get better look at it, it definitely has a large scar across part of its face, and it looks to be wearing remnants of a robe similar to what Scanlan was describing. However, it is tattered, it is dirtied. It also has this strange kind of metallic skull cap that's currently placed around its head.
It can't control.
And it's just...
Leave me in peace, then. Give me a reason not to slay you where you stand.
We can help you get revenge against your brethren who did this to you.
There's a slight change in mood. You just feel... Make a persuasion check.
19?
Yes. The barrier flickers and dissipates. It reaches over and grabs looks like a gnarled stick and pulls itself up onto its legs. Now, it looked like a small, minuscule creature is now, even in its terrible hunch that its form is standing extremely tall, like scraping the top of this maybe 8-foot tall ceiling of this tunnel.
Hi.
Takes a step forward and says,
Revenge. You speak of revenge. This is a language I wish to know very well.
Would you like to come with us?
Like to leave this cavern?
Meet our friends?
it kind of gives you both a look, and you hear there's a slight lurching to it as it gives this horrible guttural.
Friends. That's a word I haven't heard in a long time. Not one I take to heart, but allies in time. That I can understand. Take me to your allies.
Tiberius,
Yes.
maybe you could send that fucking carpet back down.
I'll be right there. I was trying to get the rest of the party here, but everyone's being buttholes. I fly back down with the carpet.
You take him down with the carpet. At the edge of this opening, you see Keyleth, you see Vex both emerge with a horrible tentacle face, gnarled being with a staff coming out with them.
Tiberius.
Oh, did you make a friend?
See? Friends. This is... What's your name?
Looks about to you, Mr. Tiberius, and says, ignoring your question,
You have persuasion to the arcane.
Yes, I'm a sorcerer. I do all kinds of fun things with the arcane.
We shall talk.
Oh, very good. I'm always willing to learn. Seems you are very powerful.
My name... Clarota.
Can we call you Clarence for short?
No.
Okay.
Yes, the rest of our allies are up.
carefully steps onto the carpet. Once again, like its tentacles are
I keep a distance.
moving around its mouth, and its eyes are constantly darting. It looks extremely nervous and almost like a cornered animal that's just barely being coaxed onto this journey. And you see with each step it takes, there's a slight flicker of arcane energy at the tip of its fingers, like it's just prepared for anything to go terribly wrong.
Take me to your ice cream.
Oh yes, we have wonderful allies.
Hold on tight.
You guys make your way up to the top. Eventually you see the carpet over the edge of the crevasse, come down to a rest as your party has now brought with you the stuff of nightmares.
That's the thing that I saw in the village!
At which point it's leaped off at this point, hovering about, and you can see like this crackle of fire in its hand and just...
No,
I stand in between them like, it's okay.
Peace.
These are the allies we
Peace,
speak of.
friends.
He's a friend? How?
He prefers
Ally.
ally. Yes.
What's on your head?
It kind of gives you this keen look of, huh. The least person I expected to ask a question.
I was cursed with the mark of the arcane. My people see that as an ill omen. I was discarded, left to die. The mind that keeps us safe is no longer its own. Oh, an alien one has come and taken the mind hostage. I was able to escape its mental grasp.
And it reaches up and taps the metal on its head.
My people were not so easily escaping its grasp. They now are under the control of this creature.
So if we find this creature, we might be able to free your hive as well.
That would be why I wish to have your alliance.
Yes.
Help me free your hive mind. Free my people.
Sense motive.
Oh yeah. Can we sense motive on them?
You definitely can. Since whatever this would be your insight.
Insight?
Sorry. Pathfinder to 5th edition.
24.
18.
16.
14.
Natural 1.
4.
16.
13.
16!
Okay. You get the feeling that it's speaking out of desperation and it's speaking out of genuine interest. You've piqued it with the hint of revenge. You've piqued it with the idea of alliance as opposed to being alone. You get the feeling that it speaks the truth. It genuinely is asking for your help in freeing its people from whatever is influencing their current actions.
Might we have your word that upon defeating this creature, we will be safe?
And as a symbol of our dedication to you, I'd love to play you just a little bit of a song that might heal some of those wounds and scrapes that you seem to have all over your body.
It gives you the dirtiest look you've ever received.
It was because of the arcane.
It's a pretty good song.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, 17.
It takes a sudden step forward towards you. Its tentacles
Play this song.
Break out the...
It better be good.
When I get that feeling, I want Clarota healing. Clarota healing is something that's good for you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, 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 oh.
Clarota's dancing, I
Make
can
a
see.
persuasion. No, a performance check.
A performance check. 18.
18. It stands there still glaring at you. But at the corner of your eye, you swear you see its toe tapping. It then kind of, its tentacles withdraw, and in such a way that gets you kind of off-put, and the song comes to a halt and goes,
I've not heard a song. I shall call upon you for more in the future.
Oh.
There's many more where that came from.
Now we talk about how we can kill Kabal.
That
Scene.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session, guys. That went very interestingly.